Natalie MacNeil, and you are watching She Takes on the World TV, your weekly dose of soaring inspiration and practical advice for your business and your life. And today I want to talk to you about the dangers of playing a zero-sum game. A few years ago, I had the pleasure of being introduced to Marianne Williamson at an event, and since then I've really dived into her teachings and her books. And one of the ones that I absolutely love, it's my absolute favorite, is The Law of Divine Compensation. And in it, she reminds me of why it's so important to not play a zero-sum game. It's a concept that you may or may not have heard of before. Basically, a zero-sum game is when someone's gain has to be perfectly balanced with someone else's loss. For example, that means that if I have something, I have taken it away from someone else, or because I have it, someone else can't have it. Let's look at this in terms of finances, as Marianne Williamson does in The Law of Divine Compensation. If you look at the world as having only so much money to go around, and that by you having money, you're taking away from someone else being able to have money, you are playing a zero-sum game with your finances. If this message is resonating with you, let me read a passage of Marianne Williamson's book, The Law of Divine Compensation, to illustrate this further. If I feel that by asking you to pay me, I'm ripping you off, of course I'll feel guilty about charging you money. This will then confuse the universal programming and deflect my abundance. But if I feel that I'm providing an honorable service, asking for an equitable and fair pay in return, then I can feel good about the exchange because I'm increasing abundance for both of us. Fair exchange is a spiritual, not just an economic principle. As long as we're making money righteously, we're not only receiving a blessing, but also extending one to others. To keep an abundant mindset around money, I like to look at money as sacred coinage, something that I'm earning because I'm bringing other people a lot of value. And I encourage you to start looking at your money in that way too. Next time you get a check in the mail for the work that you're doing, or you see that number increasing in your bank account, say something along these lines. Thank you so much for this sacred coinage that allows me to do the work that I'm doing in the world. I know that there's plenty more where that came from because money is abundant, so keep it coming. Gratitude is one way to seriously boost your mindset around money and ensure that you are in the flow so that money and success comes to you with effortless ease. Money is just one area where people get stuck in this zero-sum game. Other areas where people may get stuck is when it comes to opportunities or media attention. For example, if you get an opportunity and you look at it as someone else not having been able to get that opportunity, or you look at you getting press for your business as someone else not being able to receive press for their business, you are also playing a zero-sum game, and it's a mindset switch that you need to take. If you look at money and opportunities as having lack, you are subconsciously sabotaging your own success and the abundance that is rightfully yours. Now, I want to hear from you. In what area of your life are you playing a zero-sum game, and how are you willing to change that mindset so that you are attracting an abundance of opportunities, wealth, and success to your business and your life? I'm sure you have a story to share, and we would love to hear it because there's so much that we can learn from each other. If you enjoyed this episode of She Takes on the World TV, I invite you to share it with your friends, and make sure you come on over to shetakesontheworld.com to subscribe to my weekly updates and get free goodies from me. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will see you next time. When you're at home, what does that look like? So I thought, you know what? I would love to give you a sneak peek behind the scenes of what I do from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed.